Starting a perfume business is capital intensive. I made a video, I'm sure the video is already uploaded by now, about spending money to make more money. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. How are you guys doing? If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. You will love it here, so please do also subscribe. And if this isn't your first time, it's good to have you back again. So guys, welcome to another video, and today we're going to be talking about the things that I did before I started my business. So in case you do not know, I recently started my business, fragrance business, and so I'm going to be sharing certain things that I did before I started that business. So please, if you've not followed our social media platforms for that business page, I'm going to leave it on the screen. Please go ahead and follow us, and we'll be very excited when you patronize us. So please do also patronize us and follow us on all our social media platforms. Also recommend us to your friends and families. All right, so let's get into it. So now onto the things that I did before I started my business. Okay, so the first thing that I did before I started my business was to think about the name for the business. I had a couple of names in mind, and then I finally came to a conclusion. So I have two books here with me. This is my sister, by the way. And then this second book, I'm going to talk about this book in a bit. So I don't know if you guys can see what I wrote here. So I wrote Duracent Luxurious Confidence, January 2023. And then my perfume business. I don't know if you guys can see what I wrote there. I wrote a lot of things here, you know, the things I wanted to sell, the kind of perfume, like, and then for my brand, the things I wanted to do, like get business card, customize paper bags, customize nylon, you know, all those things. Then deal and packages, marketing strategy, then perfumes that I'm gonna be buying, and then these were like the branding stuff. And I also learned a lot about perfumes, like, you know, the differences between niche perfumes, the perfume with the toilet, all those things. Like, yes, this is the book for that. And this one was the book that I used to learn about business and everything about business. As you can see, For Your Hustle by Google. So yeah, okay, so January last year, this book was my go-to. Like, it was just I and this book, like doing the thing, like everything I wanted to write, like my perfume business, the name Duracent Lux, the motto, which I later got to know that it was the tagline, is Luxurious Confidence. Then I just wrote a couple of things here, like the aim of the business, the target audience, the mission, like capital needed to start the business, like so many things. Prior to that period where I started doing this, I had already saved up some money to start my business. There is another book that I have inside. I'm going to get that book later and then show you. I wrote YouTube and business on that book. So on that book, I had strategies of my YouTube channel and then business written on the book. This book was the book that I used when I was looking for the name I wanted to give Duracent. Like, I had a couple of names. I was like, should I use JoJo? I'm like, no. Should I use this? Before I finally concluded I was going to use Duracent because I wanted a brand that has my name in it. And when I was done with this, I reached out to my friend. We actually attended the same secondary school together. He is now into graphics design as a side also. Actually, I just reached out to him, like, create a very beautiful and unique logo for me, and he did just that. Because when I wanted that logo, I wanted not only just for, you know, the business as well. I was thinking of the long-term goal that, okay, will Duracent eventually grow into making their own scent and all? So okay, let me just make a logo that would actually serve purpose in case of that. He made the logo, and then that was it. Like, I stalled for a very long time. I think he finished making the logo for me around February. It was even the one chasing me. Like, why was it the one chasing me? That's how much, like, I was asking myself, am I sure I want to do this? I'm like, God, should I carry on with it? Like, I was really stalling, but I'm like, okay, just do anything. Like, if you keep waiting for me, I might not reach out to you, so please just do it. I don't have to fill the form. Can I just type the information here without filling the form? It's like, oh yes. So yeah, at that point, he did the logo and I just left it. He sent everything about the logo to me, and I just created a file on my phone. I'm gonna screenshot that as well, where I put Duracent, and all those things he sent to me were on that file. So I just saved it on my file, and it was named Duracent, including the budget I had for the business, the money I was going to spend, and all. So when I was done with that, I enrolled for certain business courses, and then I started taking those courses. That's what this book is for. So yeah, this is the book I spoke about, where I said YouTube and business. So I don't know if you guys can see it written here, YouTube and business. This book has been for a very long time, where I just write everything about my YouTube. By the way, this was one other business idea that I had in mind at that time. Looks and rings. But yeah, so I wrote something here and I think I should read it out. If you do not desire something, you will not get it. Your achievement is based on the level of your desire. I know it's something people say a lot, but I just wrote that to motivate myself. So yeah, this was the book that I used for YouTube and business before I started using this one for JoJoVLOGS. So after taking those courses, I took a lot of courses on brand management, advertisement, and also took certain courses on fragrance and all that, because at the time I didn't have prior knowledge. I knew that I love fragrances and everything about fragrances, but I wanted to know more about it, so I took courses on them. The next thing I did was, last year I ordered a lot of things in Nigeria. If you're new on this channel, probably you do not know that I did not stay in Nigeria after I finished my secondary school. I actually left Nigeria to Ukraine to study medicine. And yeah, at that point I was very young when I left Nigeria to Ukraine, so I did not have knowledge about all those things. I never ordered anything online. So one thing I did last year was to order a lot of things online, because by the time I started doing my own personal first buying, like lots of buying and ordering online, that was in Ukraine. And the system in Ukraine is different from the system in Nigeria. Like in Nigeria, you would see something like what I ordered versus what I got, and in Ukraine, what you order is exactly what you get. There is no scam zone in Ukraine. Like ordering things in the system was very smooth. Like you conclude everything you want to conclude on Instagram or on Viber, depending on where you are actually ordering from, or even if it is a website. So I decided I was going to order a lot of things online, because I knew I was going to start off my business online before getting a physical store. By the time I reached out to all these people, and one thing that I actually did ordering online was I did not get things that I did not need. I got things that I needed, like necessity, things that were very, very needed. So I was very serious about it. I was very particular about it. And now let me give you one sweet gist. When I ordered online, you know, I had ordered like, I think from 15 or maybe up to 20 brands that last year. Like it wasn't at once, it was like at different times. So last year I just used that one to experiment. At different times I actually ordered so many things, and the first person that actually delivered I mean, someone just called me, and so the person called and then was like, hello, any message, hello, messages video. I'm sorry, but that's how the person said it. Like, I'm going to try and translate it in English, but like, hello, any message, message. I'm like, talo soro, who is talking? Like, at that point, I just ended the call. The person called again. I was like, I have my phone. That's how the person was saying it. And then I ended the call and I stopped picking. So the person I ordered from called me. I was like, ma, they've been calling you. They said you picked at first and then you stopped picking. I'm like, who is that? I was like, wait, the person is from you. He said, yes, that's the driver that is bringing your package. I'm like, oh, okay. Then I called it back like, I want to crony pack, get a message in storage. Oh no, I had quite an experience last year. And then there was a driver that was just shouting. I'm like, why are you shouting? Like, wait here, push and Johnny. And it's like, see this bus drivers. I know a lot of people are frustrated in Nigeria, but they are characters on their own. Not only them, even riders, they are character on their own. Like it was just very funny, and I liked the experience because I wanted to experience what my customers are going to experience. I know there are a lot of people in Nigeria that actually order online as well, and people actually have the experience, but I as a person, I didn't exactly stay in Nigeria, so I wanted to experience it, and I did. I did not only order pack delivery, I ordered for home delivery and also pick up at the logistic company. So for the home delivery, I did DHL, you know, and then I did GIG. For GIG, I had a parcel that I was supposed to go and pick up at their place. The place was far, so I was like, okay, so you have to mention a particular location that is convenient, not just Abeokuta, you know, a particular, I just use Abeokuta as an example because I'm from Abeokuta. Do you understand? The DHL actually came to my house. I just used a clinic that was close to my house as landmark, which was 2 minutes away from my house, and then I just walked there when the rider told me it was in front of the clinic, and then I got my package. So let me be very honest with you, I enjoyed the home delivery more. Maybe because I'm so used to, you know, like easy lifestyle outside the country, but then I'm getting used to the system. Yeah, so the pack delivery as well, like it was good, but there was a particular experience that I had for the pack delivery, and it wasn't quite a good experience. The driver had called me that he was going to be at the park in 10 minutes, and I should make sure that I'm at the park in 10 minutes. Because I was not informed. I did not know of the system, me. Because it was towards closing time. I was at my dad's office that time. So it was towards closing time, and my mom was like, okay, you can just quickly go and get what you want to get before we go home. I left to Kuto Park. If you know Abeokuta, you know Kuto Park, you know what I'm talking about. I left to Kuto Park. The exact place he told me to stand, I stood in front of the place. He told me to stand in front of the June 12 Cultural Center in Abeokuta. I stood in front of the place. I was waiting. 10 minutes, 30 minutes, I called him network. I called him again, he stopped picking. 1 hour, 30 minutes. As at 1 hour, 30 minutes, it started raining. I had to hide under the overhead bridge. If you are conversant with Abeokuta, you know what I'm talking about. There was an overhead bridge. I just hid under the bridge, and because the rain came with so much wind, like the rain was touching those of us that ran under that shelter, like it was like just kukuma stay under the rain. Like that was how that rain came. Like you think you can hide and you're not inside your house, just stay under the rain, because the rain kept on touching. Now my mom called, she's like, you said 10 minutes. I'm like, the driver is not here, like I think I'll be going. Then later he told me that it was already hot. Okay, more so eventually the driver came and I collected my parcel. And but yeah, that one is a story for another day. 2 days after, I saw a video on TikTok where the lady was talking about drivers and their lies, and I wish I actually saw that video earlier. Before that was just the experience. If you want more details or you gist about that experience of that delivery experience, ordering and park drivers and all, let me know. I'll be more than happy to make the video for you. So the next thing I did was to register my brand under CAC. Also, I got a taxpayers identification number certificate because I also needed that to open a bank account. Yes, so after registering my business and getting the taxpayers identification number certificate, I went ahead to open a business bank account. I was contemplating opening between Zenith Bank and GT Bank, but at the time Zenith Bank was giving me so much issues, so I decided to go with GT Bank. And I must say my account manager is wonderful. The main reason why I opened the business bank account was because I wanted to be able to set aside my personal finance from my business finance, so that we don't hit the ground. Because when you make money off your business, you have to use the same profit you get to put back into that business to get more products. So if you're not seeing the results from your business, how then are you going to be able to grow? So that's the main reason why I actually opened that bank account. And then there is another account that is just for savings of that profit and other things. So yeah, let's recap: getting the name, writing the business vision and plan, taking business courses, getting the logo done, getting the certificate, registering the business, then opening the business accounts. So let's move on to the next thing I did after doing all of that. Next thing I did was to do the branding. Like everything my business was going to need branding in terms of, you know, packaging, everything related to branding. I went ahead to do it because I told them what I wanted, and then they came up with it. And yeah, with my logo and what I had in mind, they were able to bring it to life. So that one was ready. So when I mean branding, I mean from the business card to the paper bags to the nylon, everything, like, you know, the invoice and stamp. I also have a business stamp as well. So everything about the brand, like I just went all out for it. The last thing I did before starting my business was to get the product available. So I wanted physical perfume products because I understand a lot of people do drop shipping. I'm not against drop shipping, but personally I did not want to do drop shipping. I just wanted to build that brand from the scratch, because during the period where I was ordering last year, I had a brand that did drop shipping, and then I realized that it was supplier that actually just sent the nylon with the product. And no, I wanted people to know my brand from the start. So I got a capital that I used to purchase a couple of perfumes. And you know, initially I told you guys that starting a perfume business is capital intensive. I will get there in a bit. So I got some perfumes, and those products are the ones I've been posting on my Instagram page. So the more people are purchasing my products, the more I'm getting like the brand new ones and then showcasing it as well. Capital intensive, because you need to have money before you start a perfume business. Well, it's not compulsory you have money. You can actually start with 20,000, with 10,000 and all that. But the thing is, there will always be new fragrance launched every week. In fact, I will say every 2 market days, especially with Latafa. They are always making new fragrance and scents every 2 market days. Latafa, you know they rest. You know they rest. Latafa, don't you rest? So with brands like Latafa, you just cannot keep up. So you need to always have money to buy and purchase. So when people actually reach out to me, I send them their package. So yeah, if you've not been patronizing Duracell, who are you patronizing? Guys, patronize Duracell, buy a fragrance or more from us for yourself or for your loved ones. You're definitely going to love our service. I'm telling you, I assure you of that. Okay, I also did lots of research. You could see, like, in this book, like, I wrote a couple of things. Those were just me learning about the business and all, but I did my research, learning about good suppliers with the best affordable and quality perfumes. I did lots of research, like I was online searching. I took my time. It was at my pace. I didn't rush. I didn't pressure myself, but I did lots of research. And yeah, that's another thing that I did before I started my business. Also, I had discussion with people that are already in business, not even necessarily fragrance business, people that already have a thriving business that is really doing well. And I got to hear about the experience, how frustrating it is doing business in Nigeria and all that. So all this gave me more insight. Also, I went on social media and then I saw pages that help with brand growth, small businesses or entrepreneurs in general. And then I read comments of people why they stopped patronizing their business, why they refused to patronize a certain business, what happened that made them not patronize business, and every other thing about businesses. I went under the comment section. I read everything from beginning to the end. All the pages on Instagram or social media platforms about brand growth, entrepreneurial business, I started following them and taking notes. So before I started my business or before I put it out there, I also prayed about this business very well. Like, the grace of God has to carry my business. God's mercy has to be in the business. God has to be involved. I was like, God, if you're not going to be involved in this business, then I don't want to start it. So I prayed a lot about it. I committed everything I've done so far into the hands of God. And then I felt a peace. And so I eventually started. I kept on postponing starting, but yeah, eventually I started. And guys, business has been going well. A friend of mine was like, you are putting in so much for this business that you've not even started. How are you sure it's going to do well? But guys, when you trust God, is going to carry your business or whatever it is you lay your hands upon. And so I just kept on declaring the word every single time, and I know for sure that this business is going to thrive. Okay, so those are the things that I did, and I'm glad I actually started it. I wish I started earlier, but yeah, looking at how this whole thing is panning out, I'm encouraged, and I'm looking forward to more success stories about this business. Having people actually patronizing Duracell, like, you guys actually trust my brand enough to patronize me. I'm very grateful, guys. I'm so grateful. So yeah, those were the things that I did before I started my business, and as the business keeps going, I'll be giving you guys more updates about it. So yeah, I am always available to give you the best perfume recommendations. We also sell quality perfumes. Quality, like, you get the best for chicken money. Okay, so yeah, that's all. I hope you guys learned a thing or two from this video. Let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you found this video helpful. Are you looking to start a business soon, or you have a business? Let me know your experiences so far starting a business, or if you're just a cost or a consumer, you buy from people that sell. Let me know about your experiences and what made you patronize a business. Also, during the course where I ordered online, I had one small person, yes, small, because for you to scam people, that means you are small. The person actually scammed me. Like, Although my friend was the one that actually pitched a business to me. So you're telling your friends to refer your business to that, and you're fumbling by scamming people. Are you joking? How do you want your business to thrive? You're telling people to recommend your business, but you are scamming people. So she scammed me, and I did not take it lightly with her. Like, I gave her all the evidences I got about her. Then she started responding. That's all. These things are story for another day. If you want story time, let me know. See, I'm not good with storytelling, no, but if you want story time, I will tell you, because the things that I've seen in these few months that I'm in Nigeria, Lord have mercy. Things I've seen in these few months of being in Nigeria, guys, you need to be strong mentally, physically, all around before you can be able to survive in Nigeria. Anyway, that's all for this video. I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions. Also leave comments for me if you watch this video to the end. Comment success, okay? And I pray by God's grace that everyone out there doing business or doing one thing or the other, your business is successful by the special grace of God. I love you all so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share with your friends. I'll be waiting to read your comments. All right, thank you so much. Bye guys.